Now, civil rights icon and Georgia Congressman John Lewis wrote a comic book, and it's about his life. Lewis organized demonstrations at about segregated lunches, and he even participated in freedom rides across the South. And he uses a comic book to give an inspirational look into his past.
I got arrested a few times. I was beaten and left bloody. Almost died on that bridge from Selma to Montgomery. But I never gave up. I never gave in. I never became bitter or hostile.
Now, joining us from Atlanta via Skype is animator Dustin Bolton. And Dustin, are you with us? Look, Dustin, there you go. We're having some technical difficulties. You with us, Dustin? I'm having a little bit of trouble hearing your audio. I'm not sure whether we can hear you. I want to ask you, though, I know you just saw Congressman Dustin. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
There you go. I can hear you fine now. Okay.
Great.
Perfect. Congressman John Lewis, again, he's from Atlanta, from your area, and you're an animator. What do you think about him telling his story through using this form of a comic book?
You know, it's probably one of the best ways to open up a part of important American history to a lot of younger people. The great thing about the comic book format for a lot of people today is that people who tend to flock to comics and read a lot of comics, they actually tend to have like a greater depth of concern for history, concern for, you know, something typical for comics, the backstory. So when you're talking about something as important as the modern civil rights movement, all the way up until now, when you have like a figure like Congressman Lewis who's still alive and can tell this story, this is a great way to introduce that concept and those stories and that real history to a new audience that actually can appreciate that. I think it's a great document.
Are you surprised that by him being at Comic-Con right now, or this weekend when he was at Comic-Con, for him to get the reception that he did from so many people, is that surprising to you, being in the industry?
It is a little bit of a surprise because you just don't know, like, the fanfare that can happen. But the only surprise that's not there is that the amount of support. I mean, you have, with comics, you have people that are, you know, passionate people. They follow something because they have a passion for it, and they also like to follow people that are passionate themselves, and that's just the nature of the medium. It's just great to see something like a historical political figure actually be able to be received that way. And that is surprising. And it's promising too.
I see comments all the time when I'm online and social media about people saying, I don't like to read, I hate to read, reading is not what I enjoy doing. Is this a way, is this a trend you think that you see happening where other people of historical significance may begin to tell stories that are important to the American diaspora by going and creating something that's easy and simple to read like a comic book?
Definitely. I think the interesting thing about reading is that most people do read, and it's a way of gathering information and kind of getting the gears moving in your head and kind of imagining something outside your day-to-day reality. So with something like a comic, of course, so many people will, you know, take on that medium. I mean, comics right now drive the Hollywood machine, so why wouldn't it drive the machine of education or exploring the past?
And we're told, again, that Comic-Con, this is one of the most successful Comic-Con conferences ever in the history of Comic-Con. So it's interesting that not only is it so successful, but John Lewis is finding a brand new fan base there. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.